What's up, Airsofters? Welcome to the Evike.com YouTube channel. And if you are brand new to Airsoft and staring at a wall of guns, or sitting on the Evike.com website thinking, I have no idea what I'm looking at, then this video is for you. Today, we're breaking down how to choose your very first airsoft gun, what actually matters, what doesn't, and how to avoid the mistakes we see beginners make every single day. You don't need the most expensive gun. You don't need upgrades. You just need the right first gun. The number one mistake we see new players make is buying a gun based on looks instead of use. Your first airsoft gun is not about realism, brands, or flexing online. It's about reliability, ease of use, and getting through a full game day without fighting your gear. The goal is simple: load BBs, plug in a battery, and play. Now, this might be a hot take for some people, but after years of talking to new players and watching what actually works, here's what we've learned. For about 90% of new players, your first airsoft gun should be an AEG, an automatic electric gun. Now, why AEGs for beginners? They're reliable in most conditions, they're easy to maintain, and they're widely accepted at most fields. As well, they've also got tons of magazine options and parts support. Yes, gas guns are fun. Bolt-action snipers look cool. HPA systems max the stats on performance, but AEGs give you the least frustration and the most playtime when you're just getting into the hobby. Now, let's be honest. Part of the fun is choosing something that you think looks cool. Think about your favorite action movie or video game. What platforms or styles do you naturally gravitate toward? If a certain gun makes you feel excited to play, that's awesome. And as long as it fits your field, your budget, and the experience level, it's a fantastic place to start. Now, here's where expectations matter. A lot of new players think they're immediately going to be doing full-on milsim events. But the reality is most people start with casual weekend games at their local field. Milsim is absolutely part of Airsoft, but it's not where most players begin. And it shouldn't necessarily dictate your very first gun choice. Your first airsoft gun should be something that works well for regular games, not something specifically built for a version of airsoft you may not even play yet. Now, before we talk about platforms and brands, we need to talk about budget, because your budget should shape your expectations, not disappoint you later. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is either spending way too little and getting frustrated, or overspending because they think more money automatically means more fun. So let's talk about realistic budgets for your first airsoft gun and what you should expect at each level. In the entry-level range, roughly the 150 to 250 mark, you're looking at a gun designed to get you on the field and playing. You want reliability, common magazines, and field-legal performance. You're not paying for premium externals or advanced electronics yet, and that's totally fine. Now, in the $260 or $250 to $400 range, this is what I'd call kind of the sweet spot for most new players. Better build quality, more consistent performance, and more capable electronics and tunability, and guns you can grow into instead of out of. Now, once you're above that, you're no longer just buying a beginner gun. You're paying for higher end internals and features, which are great. They're not required to learn the game or to have fun. They're just kind of nice to haves as you get more and more features. The key thing to remember here is this: your first airsoft gun should match where you're at in the hobby right now, not where you think you'll be going in a year or two. Now that you've got a realistic idea of budget, let's talk about why platform matters more than brand name. And we've kept these two bad boys on the table because it's a convenient segue into my next point. Here's something that, again, might be a bit of a hot take. In my opinion, platform for a beginner matters more than the name on the box. Your local field should have a big influence on what gun you choose, and that's something a lot of players tend to overlook. Indoor fields, outdoor fields, mixed environments can all favor slightly different setups, whether that's size, power limits, or how the gun handles. Common platforms like the AR, the AK, and PCC style AEGs are popular because the magazines are affordable, parts are everywhere, and techs know how to work on them. They're also relatively easy to learn to work on yourself, and if something breaks, you're not stuck hunting for proprietary parts. Plus, most fields are already set up for them. I'm talking about chronographing, rules enforcement, and all of that. If you don't know what what fields are around you yet, there are a lot of easy ways to find out. You can use tools like Evike's Field Locator on our website, check local Facebook groups, our regional boards on our Evike Discord server, or just ask other players where they go. We'll drop a link to the above in the description below. Knowing where you'll actually be playing helps narrow down your choices way faster than just randomly guessing. The next point is directly tied to platform choice, but almost nobody thinks about it when they're starting out. Going back to the point I made about magazines, it's something many of us overlook completely when we're getting started. Your gun is only as fun as the mags you're running. A gun that uses common, affordable magazines is going to give you a way better experience than something proprietary. If one of these goes down, it's easier to find a replacement if it's common. If you don't have enough, it's easy to find someone to lend you one and have it be compatible with your own. And storing them on your person is made easier when you choose a platform that uses a magazine that is more common, simply because magazine pouches on the market are designed around their size and shape. You'll also hear people talk about mid-cap and high-cap magazines, especially when you're first shopping. High caps typically hold more BBs and use a winding wheel. They're simple, forgiving, and a lot of beginners start with them. Mid-capacity magazines don't wind and don't rattle when they're full of BBs, but they usually hold fewer BBs overall and require a speed loader. Both work, nothing is wrong with either, and it really comes down to what you prefer. Now, let's talk about how the gun actually feels in your hands, because this part matters more than specs out of the box. Your first gun should feel comfortable, not necessarily impressive. Ask yourself these simple questions. Can I shoulder it easily? Is it too front heavy? Can I reach the controls? If it feels awkward after a couple of minutes, it's going to feel awkward after a full day of play. A gun that feels great on a wide open outdoor field might feel huge and awkward in tight indoor spaces. Indoor environments tend to favor shorter, lighter setups, while most outdoor fields give you more flexibility. Conversely, a super short, compact, highly maneuverable CQB platform might not have the range and accuracy at the longer distances encountered at outdoor fields, where something like this would shine. Another practical thing beginners don't think about until it's annoying is the battery system. A beginner-friendly gun has a battery that is easy to access, easy to swap, and doesn't require tools or a tutorial. Simple battery access means less downtime and less frustration. Once I pull the wire out of there, just like that. Now, let's clear up a big misconception I see all the time when people are buying their first guns. Now, more FPS does not mean more fun. Your first airsoft gun should be field ready out of the box. And by field ready, I mean the field you plan on playing at most often. If it shoots too hot for your local field, that's not a proper beginner gun. That's a problem you just paid for, that you now have to have a tech lower the FPS for to play where you want to play. Performance metrics like accuracy and consistency matter way more than raw power. Another trap beginners fall into is worrying about upgrades way too early. You don't need upgrades right now. What you do want is a gun that can be upgraded later if you stick with the hobby. Choosing a solid platform and good aftermarket support can pay off in the future when you want to get more into the hobby and you want to start upgrading things. And before you buy anything at all, there's one piece of advice I want to give you, and it's the same kind of advice that I give to all new players. If you have a local field, rent before you buy if possible. I recommend this because for not very much money, you can learn some really valuable information to help you make a decision on what to buy. You'll learn what size you like, what weight works for you, whether you prefer indoor or outdoor play. You'll even start to figure out if the fire controls are comfortable and easy for you to manipulate. It's like renting, and doing the rental experience can save you a ton of money learning things that you should learn before you buy versus finding them out after. So if you take nothing else away from this video, remember this: choosing your first airsoft gun doesn't have to be complicated. Keep it simple, keep it reliable, keep it fun. If you want help picking something that actually fits your field and your budget, that's what we do here at Evike.com every day. You can find everything you need to start your airsofting adventure right here at Evike.com. We'll see you on the field.